5th conversation hour. We're doing something a little different this week. Since we made a little bit of a mistake with our malfunctions, we decided to do 2 double features this week at a totally different time. It's going to be a late night special. So before we get started, I just want everyone to know that there is an age requirement for this episode. You have to be between 18 to 40 because we want our guests to be comfortable and be able to speak the way they want. The topic of discussion for tonight is a very personal topic for me. I have a personal guest with me as well. This is my best friend. We've been best friends since we were 14. I believe that's 13 years?
Yes.
My best friend, you know my name is Tamara. Her name is Tia. Please don't do Tia and Tamara.
Please don't. We've been there, done that.
We absolutely hate it. But tonight's topic is Case of My Ex. When we were teenagers, it used to be me, her, and our other friend. Everything we went through with the opposite sex, we ate off of each other. We didn't have an older sister. No. We didn't have older brothers. We had our mom and our dad, great influences, but we ate off of each other.
Yeah, definitely was a good way.
So I wanted to do this episode because I hope it doesn't sound bad, but I hate the things you have to go through as a teenager, whether you're from the ages of 16 to 21. It's like you want to know so much and you want to do everything and be everywhere. You hear your parents in the background. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You're mad young and all of that. You don't get it until you're a certain age, or you don't get it until you actually go through something and you fall on your face sometimes. And the only people you have to talk to is your friends. We ate off each other. So with that being said, it's the same rules as always. She has no idea about any of the questions. She only knows about the topic at hand. The question goes to the host first, and then you guys leave comments or any questions in the comments. Do you have anything to say?
Oh no, I'm ready.
Okay. So the first question: what was your first interaction with the opposite sex?
Okay, which kind of interaction though?
How old were you with the first guy you ever were attracted to?
I would say about 14. 14, yep.
And what attracted you to him at 14?
He was tall. And he was like a bad boy. Because he's kind of known for being a bad boy. So I was just like, ooh.
So, the first guy you ever liked, what was he like? Was it just an attraction, or was it more of, did it lead anywhere, or was just the attraction and that was it?
I think it was just more of the attraction, because it was just like, okay, this is the bad boy, he's known, and I was attracted to that kind of like persona he put out there. Mm-hmm. So when I got, into him, we dated, but it didn't go nowhere.
How old were you?
I was 14.
I was 14 when I first started liking he was my boyfriend actually. The first guy I ever liked, he was my boyfriend. I was 14. He was a year older than me. I don't remember why I liked him. I was superficial. No disrespect. I don't remember exactly why I liked him. There was a quality in him. Mm-hmm. Actually, I do know why. There was a quality in him that from him led all the way to the age I am now. He had waves. That was my thing. At 14, waves was my thing.
Yeah.
I didn't care about height yet. Yeah. But waves was my thing.
Oh, yeah.
The second question, at 14, were you in a relationship with him, or?
Yeah, it was a little cute little, whatever. Writing your names in the notebooks at school. Oh, I love him and he loved me. And, little game you used to play, the MASH game.
I don't know anything about
This MASH game, you put the MASH and you want to live in a mansion, apartment, shelter, or house.
She's...
So, that's my boo for the MASH game. Until, I hit 10th grade. I was like, oh no, that's going on.
Do you feel like was there anything within that 14-year-old relationship, did anything that you remember today, did anything happen that was of any form of seriousness to you?
No. I didn't know.
With me, that same 14-year-old boy he was 15, I was 14, that same boy broke my heart. We went out for about 2 weeks, we went out for 2 months, and he wrote some letter talking about he can't do this anymore. That happened in August. I was depressed all the way until December. And ever since then, even though we got back together, that situation took a toll on me. I, from that point on, never lasted with anyone. I would get rid of them before they got rid of me. So, what I think, the things that happen to you within your first interaction with a guy or a female or whoever, I think that sticks with you. And that's the whole thing between Case of My Ex.
Mm-hmm.
Who, after the 14-year-old, what was your second interaction as a teen?
I didn't really start, like, I wasn't allowed to have, like, little boy toys or whatever. I wasn't allowed for that because my dad wasn't with it. But I want to say when I graduated high school.
Where is
that was ridiculous. I was about like 17, 18.
Uh-huh.
And once again, I was attracted to the bad boy, which it was like, I kind of felt like it was played out by that time because this is like, girl, get serious. But he was a little bad boy, again, tall. He's a friend of a friend. So that's kind of why I was attracted to him. Like, I never seen him out or whatever the case may be, but I knew, like, you know, I heard about him. So I was like, oh, okay, let me talk to him. Let me see how he's, and then it was like, a never-ending cycle. And I was just like, yeah, what?
Do we have any questions so far? When you got out of high school, what was your type? Did you feel like you had a type?
I did have a type. He had to be tall. I always say he had to be 6 feet to ride this ride. I don't, not to be, like, I like lighter toned guys. No braids. Have to have, like, he has to, like, because I
Are you speaking about at the age of 17 up or now?
At the age of 17, I was more into, like, if he had swag, because I learned about it at a late age. So I learned about swag at a late age. So when I found out, like, swag was a thing, I was on it. I was like, I need to have a man with a boyfriend with a swag. If he don't got swag, he's not for me. And I just felt like he had to have, like, back in the day was Pele and, like, a Merman and stuff like that. I was like, oh my God, he has to have that. If he doesn't have that, he's not for me. And then that was it. And then I found one. He was tall, dark skinned, with braids. That was my boo thing.
At 17, let's see. At 17, I had a particular type. I didn't have a skin tone type. I don't think it was that. They definitely had to have waves. And I had this thing where I wanted a basketball player. Mind you, I never watched basketball. I think I started watching basketball because one boy got me into basketball. But I never watched basketball, but I wanted an athlete. I wanted a basketball player. I had to have a basketball player. That was my thing. Basketball player, waves. It didn't matter if he was light-skinned. It didn't matter what his skin tone was. He just had to be tall. I think that was the thing. That was my circles thing. Me, her, and our other friend. Yeah. It was real superficial. Everything had to be height. Height was everything. And we would write about it, talk about it all the time.
I'm excited too.
Ridiculous. Do we have a question?
I have a question. What was considered swag for you?
Oh God, we were so corny.
So corny. Because it don't make no sense. Like the swag was really like your appearance. It had nothing to do with the person you are or like what you was giving me or
nothing.
It had nothing to do with that. It was just if I seen
basically labels.
You could have been right. You could have been a swaggy boy with no type of potential in life, and I liked you. Like, I wanted you to be my boyfriend because you looked that good and every girl wanted you, and I had you.
So it was more of an appearance?
Yeah, I was...
Not a persona?
No, because at that age, you don't really care for that. Like, at 17, you don't really want to... Personally, I feel like you should have that kind of mental. Like, you shouldn't want to be so serious with somebody at that age because at the end of the day, you still got to live after 17. You got to experience life after 17. You're going to date other people after 17. So it's just like, you can be shallow at 17. It's really not that big of a deal. Nobody's gonna get real hurt behind you being shallow with who you like and who you don't like.
What if he was fly but he was a dork?
I wouldn't know that.
That is a part of swag.
There's
no way. For me, it wouldn't happen that way. You would know somebody's a dork.
It happened to me.
She's not the swag champ. She's not a swag champ. I was a swag beast. I knew who was faking it and who was making it. I knew. You was not lying to me. It's just something. It's just like a persona. It's like At that age, that's all I cared about.
Yeah.
Height, hair, swag. That's it. Do we have any other questions?
Tasia wants to know what about having a job for you? You had a job back in the days? And
No.
she said that you're lying. You like light-skinned guys only.
Okay, wait. That's all right.
I have something to say in my own defense.
Tasia is definitely the other person we're talking about, but
Yeah. I didn't have a particular type. It just so happened that I attracted guys of lighter skin tone. Was that my type? It happened that way. I wouldn't say, oh, I like light-skinned guys. It just happened that way. I've talked to other guys of different skin colors. It wasn't something that I picked especially. It just happened that way.
well, I feel like, okay, for the job thing, boom, I graduated out of high school with a job because of her.
That brings me to another question. Go ahead.
So after I graduated high school with a job, I was just really more into like, okay, I'm good with me. Like, you know, I'm not gonna go out with a dude. Boom. For example, I went out with a dude that didn't have a job, but I wasn't giving him no money because it was my money. I was super selfish. Like, if he ain't got no job, that's his issue. Like, I'm set.
Question from Takara. She said, would you consider yourself to be a bird at 17?
Yes. I'm be
Or just
1,000%.
oh, you didn't know better?
No, I was a bird. I knew better.
It's such a horrible age. Like,
It's a great age.
it's such a horrible age.
Second question to that consisted of 17. What would you tell yourself? What would you tell your 17-year-old self now?
Don't
Wait
change.
until you're 22 to find your boyfriend.
No, I would
I would
tell
do
them
that.
you did everything right.
What?
You did everything right. At 17 until now, like, you did everything right. You're gonna be good. You're gonna be set. Just live life. Do what you did.
So you would have did everything the same.
It's completely the same. Exactly the same. Maybe change, like, you know, the bads, or I wouldn't even change the bad because I learned from that. I wouldn't change anything. I had to go through it. I've learned from it. I've grown from it. I'm who I am now. Stay you, Ma.
If I had to speak to Tamara at 17, I would tell her to slow down. Pay attention to everything that's in front of you. Do as much research as you possibly can, and just overall, the only thing I would tell myself is pay attention. Most of the time, the signs are right in front of your face with everything. Listen to the people that have been here before you, and just calm down. But I think at that age, we're so pressed for the opposite sex. On social media, it's everywhere, outside, like it's everywhere. You see teenagers right now, oh, I need a boyfriend, I don't have a boo, stuff like that, and it's just, I wouldn't say it irritates me, but this is such a crazy age, being a teenager, because you're gonna go through so much. There's no easy way of going through it. So I do agree with Tia, you did everything right. There's no way out of it, but it's just a crazy
Because let's think about it.
age.
Let's think. At 17, you really don't got much to like be responsible for. You don't have to really be so serious in life. You can actually live and do whatever, make the mistakes, go through the bad, go through the good, experiment. You're supposed to. I would never want to be I would have never wanted to be 17, having no strictly to the book. I would never want to do that. I need the mistakes. You need that because you grow with that. If I would have been straight to the books, I'd have been bored.
Would you say as a teenager you were boy crazy?
Yes. But I was boy crazy in the appropriate manner.
Elaborate.
I was boy crazy as far as social media wasn't that big at the time. So it was more contact with me and the boy I'm crazy about, or boys, whatever I was crazy about. I always kept my respect for myself first.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big thing for me. And since I was a teenager and started liking boys, I always thought any boy I talk to wants to hit first. That's the first thing he want to do is hit. So
Oh my God.
instead of me, so I played that game. Like I played that game. I kept that mindset, and I said, boom, I'm be liking these boys, but they're not gonna get what they want. They're gonna chase me because they want it, but I know for a fact they're not getting it. So this is fun for me too.
What type of teenager would you say you were? Like, if there was classification, what type of classification would Cartia be in as a 17-year-old?
A rebellious funny thing is, like, I would be rebellious.
Why?
Super rebellious. Because I wanted to do what I wanted to do. Because I felt like I was at that age where I gave my mother a diploma.
Mm-hmm.
I have my own job.
Mm-hmm.
Make my own money, pay my own bills. What I need to, I'm going to do what I want. Alone.
If I could classify myself as a teenager, I would classify myself as probably a know-it-all. I have this thing. I'm not too sure when it started. It probably started after the first boyfriend. I had this thing where I thought I was the guy. I thought I had all the game and the world. I would put voices on. I had lines. I thought I was the guy. Even to this day. Probably not to this day. I think the person I'm in a relationship with now, he probably broke it. But you know what's crazy? I used the same moves that I did on everybody on him. I used the voice, I used the lines, I used everything. But as you get older, it's like, why do females want to act like guys? And we were those females. Why did we want to be guys so bad?
I didn't want to be a guy. I just didn't want a guy. I didn't want a guy to think he can do what he wants when it comes to me because I'm a female. I know just as much as you know. I learned, I studied, and I can be that. I can be that.
Be that. What's that?
Be that nigga. Like I can be that nigga. Like what you mean? Like just because you a male and I'm a female don't mean I can't finesse or play or I can do that. Why not?
What did we used to call? We had this thing.
Let me.
What did we used to call a bunch of guys that liked us and they were just options?
Flavors.
We used to have, you know how in the summertime, right? There was this thing, well, everybody does it, probably not now because we're old. There was this thing where, you know, in the summertime, you're free, but in the wintertime, you're cuffed up. So in the summertime, once spring hit,
Oh yeah.
any guy that gave us any attention, he was on the list. He had potential. We're not saying any type of sexual interaction happened.
Mm-hmm.
He was just on the list. He was the guy giving us attention.
Mm-hmm.
So when this one's acting up, we go into that one. When this one's acting up, we go into this one.
Mm-hmm.
They were flavors. They were called flavors because of their skin complexion.
Oh.
Shallow. We were shallow. And at the end of the day, all those guys that were on that list, it didn't work out. It did not work
Didn't
out.
make the playoffs.
It didn't.
Didn't
It didn't work
team.
out. How old were you when you first had sex?
I'm gonna be honest, I was 18. Yes, you're welcome, mom and dad.
Do you remember the guy that you had sex with?
Yes.
What do you remember about him?
How I was like afterwards, I was just like, oh, this is it. No, yes, like, hello, like, I'm thinking, like, okay, this is what bothers me. We're getting so souped up about, oh, sex, you shouldn't have sex because of this. You need to let me know when you have sex and X, Y, and Z. And I'm just like, oh, okay, mom, X, Y, and Z. All right, dad. And then once you do it, you should be like, you're such liars. You're such liars. It's not, I mean, granted, as females, we need to put that on a pedestal up there. But my experience, personally, I was just like, oh, that's what that's about?
What made you want to have sex with him?
Because that was like, I was waiting for like a year. And I felt like I was grown.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest. I felt like I was grown. I felt like, listen, I gave my mother a diploma and all that. I'm responsible. I'm a woman now because I have a job. Did that, and I was just like, that was stupid. Or it wasn't stupid. It was just a waste of time.
A waste of time. Did you regret it?
No, because I probably would be like, no, I don't regret it.
I lost my virginity when I was 17. Why did I lose it to him? He was my boyfriend. Let's go back to that question. You know the question I said, how would I classify myself as a teenager? You know how you have that one friend that always has someone? That was me.
Yes.
I always had someone. But back to the topic at hand. He was my boyfriend. We were together for a while. when I say he treated me different as opposed to the other guys I had in the past. But it went back to the shower stuff again. He was light skinned. Because I wanted him to be light skinned. He was light skinned, he was tall, he was an athlete, and he was really nice to me. Do I regret it? I wish I would have waited because I didn't know him like that. I knew him, we were together, but I didn't know his mental. Because after it happened, we were probably together for 3 months after that, and then once the summer hit, it was over.
Facts.
It was over. It was over. It was absolutely over. So do I regret it? Yes and no.
But could I ask you a question? Because it was over after that. Huh? That's a question. All right. Do you feel like, okay, what made you feel like, because it was like, you regret it because it was over? Like,
what do you mean?
Like, so you said it was over, like, so you just felt like, every girl feels that, like, oh, maybe I shouldn't go to Jamie because, you know, he just used me for that. So, did you feel like that before, or did you feel like that after?
Honestly, I think a lot of us have that fairy tale in our head from movies and books. Oh, they gotta lose our virginity too. I'm gonna marry him. We're gonna be together forever. I was that female. I thought, like, if we have sex, we're gonna be together forever. And that was my thing too. Every guy that I called my boyfriend and we were in a real relationship, I wanted to be with him forever. We have to be together forever. I would plan out my whole future off each boyfriend that I had. I was that female. Do they have any questions?
Question a little back from the topic at hand now. Was for you, Tia, Punta Cara. So would you say social media plays a factor on why people want to be in relationships?
Yeah.
Or would you say, as you said, pressed for boys?
Yes, because at the end of the day, okay, so let's compare. Comparing back when we were 17 to girls 17 now, we didn't have Instagram, Facebook. We had MySpace. And the way you showed the person you liked that you liked them was like making them your whole wall, X, Y, and Z. But you seen them, like you knew who that person was. Like you didn't meet them on MySpace or you didn't meet them on AIM, which kind of messed, whatever. But you kind of had that personal relationship. As far as now, you meeting your boyfriend that you love, that you never met, you love him so much. Oh my God, you gotta, like how? Y'all don't even have no kind of like conversation. Like y'all can't hang out. They can't hang out. Why? Because he don't even live near you, and because y'all know each other on social media. That's not real. No. So yes, it does play a lot because everybody thinks that social media is the reason why they need to have this relationship goals.
I agree too. It's more of a negative effect on relationship because we all want somebody to show, like, this is my boyfriend, look what we doing, this is him, look what he took me, look what I ate, look what I brought him, I'm at my man's house. It's all for like a perception. You want to be perceived as happy or you're in love or somebody wants you. You want everybody to see it. That's my opinion on it. At that age, you want that attention.
And it's for what? They only see the positive. They don't know what you really go through in a relationship. So why does it matter? Like,
but that kind of happens too when you're mad at him. Me, I was that type of person.
Not me.
If you get me mad, I was telling social media. I liked attention a lot, and I think at that age you like attention a lot.
A lot. Me, I was just always private. I'm very private. Till this day, I'm private. Like, you wouldn't even know if I was single. That's how private it was. You wouldn't know what's going on in my life unless you knew me.
So we have another question?
From before, Angelo tried to get it in. Most of our parents are busy paying the bills. Do you guys feel that your parents could have played a bigger job in preparing you for life? And what advice do you give for upcoming parents? Well, that's for Tia, because Tia's on the parent here.
As far as my parents being, I don't like talking on parents, but as far as them being more into my life, that would have been great. Very great. A lot of great. But because they weren't so into my life, I had to learn and had to fend for myself, which made me the person I am today. I am currently a mom, a new one, 2.5 months old. He'll be 12. Next month. I'm so excited. But anyway, as a new mom, I want to be able to give my son everything. I literally did things in my life better than what I was doing for myself for him. Like, I do so much better for him. Like, I'm more prepared. I'm more responsible. I'm more stable. Like, nothing can go wrong with me because I'm like 10 steps ahead of myself. So, yeah, I feel like you learn, as a parent now, you learn from what your parents did and didn't do to make you a better parent in the future. That's what I'm doing.
From my mom, I think my mom did as good of a job as she could because it was 3 of us and she worked 12 hours a day. And the thing I think that she could have did more for each of us is like probably more attention. My dad, I felt he talked more to me as opposed to life lessons and everything as an adult more than he did as a teenager. So with my mom, it would have been more attention. With my dad, it would have been more communication. I think attention and communication is really important because when you're not getting attention at home from your parent, you're going to look for it somewhere else. If your parents aren't talking to you, you're going to talk to your friends.
Yeah. And
your friends are going through the same thing that you're going through, so you're just bouncing ideas off each other and you have no idea. So it gets a little weird.
Yeah.
Do we have any more questions?
Well, your mom says, are y'all both happy with your relationship y'all in now? Now that you're older?
What's your relationship status?
I'm engaged. I've been fully engaged for 1 year, in a relationship for 3, to the father of my child. Thank God. And I am super happy, like super happy. Super, like, thank God I have this man.
Why?
He gets me. Like, I can be me. Like, I can be me. I let him be him. He lets me, like, you know, be myself and just be comfortable. I'm so comfortable around him. It just flows so well. Like, the way we even started was just crazy, and the way we're going now is just like, if you've seen our time of events, it's like, wow. Like, and I'm like super blessed to have him. Don't get me emotional because that man, God, oh my God, that man. And it's crazy because like, okay, we're young. He's 25. I'm 26. But we had our son, you know, around this age. And most young couples most people don't plan having babies. I know I damn sure didn't. I ain't even want no kids. But thank God for mine. And so when we got to that point, it was just like, when I got the answer, I was like, oh, okay. I called him, he was like, oh, okay. Like, it wasn't nothing like, it was just like, oh, okay. But then as, you know, time progressed, it was just like, whoa. Like, wow. And he stayed, like, through I was bugging. Pregnant, hormonal, spoiled, everything, and I'm still the same way, and he's still with me. Anything he would say, first thing he would say, I love Tia, but she's crazy. And it's
I agree. Shout out to him, because, Lord. I'm in a relationship. We've been together for, I was thinking about that just now. I think it's 4 years. It's either 3 or 4, most likely 4.
It's 4.
This is the happiest I've ever been. He's younger than me by 2 years. I think the thing about him that makes me so obsessed with him is because he's younger than me, and from day one, he has taught me everything that I know. He taught me how to drive. He taught me how to be a woman. He's not a woman. He taught me everything that I know is because of him. So when he's not around me, or I don't know what's like, I can't do anything without him. Like, he's Tamara. Like, it's in there. And I like communication, everything. Like, we're so on point with each other. I used to have this thing where if I'm upset, that's it. I'm not talking to you. He has this thing of, if we're mad at each other, we're not going to sleep mad. We're not bringing that negative energy into a different day. He is just like everything. I tell him he's beautiful because of the person that he is. From the inside out, he is absolutely everything. He's the person I want to die with. He's the person I want to wake up with. It's like from the bottom of his feet to the top of his hair, everything is just perfect to me. He's the love of my life.
And we're beach chicks.
We both have boyfriends with the same name.
That's because we're meant to be too.
Do we have any other questions? Okay. I I read something somewhere where people said that there's 3 kind of guys that you have in your life. The one you're in love with currently, the love of your life, and the ex you could never get over. Do you agree with that?
Nope.
Why?
Because there ain't no ex that I want. What the fuck? The love of my life is the person I'm in love with. So that's one person. That don't make no sense. Like, I mean, if you got I have a son, so it's 2 people, my fiance and my son. But why the hell would I want who would make that? Like, who would want, okay, granted, not for me personally, but I can see, let me think outside myself. I can see why females would have that ex, because it's that ex that actually was like more than just a person that they were in a relationship, that was their best friend, that was their mentor, that was their go-to, that was their person. So I can get that. But what confuses me is how you want to be, like, how do you have that feeling with an ex and you have someone you're in love with and the love of your life? That doesn't work at all. Because then you won't have a successful relationship unless you get past that ex, or unless you're with that ex. So it's just like, how? What?
Yeah, I didn't understand it either. But was there ever a time that, not with the relationship you're in now, did you ever feel like through any of your exes that you were in love with any of them? Like, not have love for them.
Yeah, of course.
Do you feel like it was only one that you were in love with, or it was multiple ones?
It was like 2. It was like legit 2.
What made you feel like you were in love with them?
Okay, one, I was hooked on how he looked. I was hooked on it. Oh my gosh. I was hooked. So it was just like, oh my God, I love this boy so much. I can't live without him, X, Y, and Z. Like, met my mom. The thing that pissed me off, he came to my house one day with a Bible in his back pocket. Who does that? My mom was all hyped. Oh my God, he's so handsome. He's so holy. Amen. You mean a church boy anyway? And I'm just like, no. Like, you thought that what it was, and it really wasn't. Worst relationship of my life. The other one, it was fun. It was super fun. Like, that's what it was. And I'm a fun person. I like to have fun. I don't like to do I'm not dull unless I'm by myself. But it was super fun. So I was just like, oh my God, I love this. This is so new. I need this. Especially after, So at that moment, I thought, yeah, I'm in love. I don't ever want to lose this. You understand? That's where I feel like that's where people tend to fall in love, when you don't ever want to lose that feeling that person gives you. Lost it, and now I don't give a shit about it.
I think we have so many of the same experiences. I thought I was in love with a guy solely off the way he looked. I couldn't tell you his mental anything. I think I was 21. It was the last relationship I got in before this current one. It was the worst relationship of my life. When I tell you, this boy hurt me down to my socks. He may have hurt me down to the bottom under my sock. Like, it was so horrible. Like, everything that happened to me was most likely in my face, but I wasn't paying attention to it because I was just so amazed by how he looks. And now it's just like, I feel like an idiot. I didn't communicate. I didn't research. I didn't do anything. It was basically off of how he looked. Everything was just physical in that relationship, and it was the worst relationship of my life.
Oh, physical relationships are the worst. Because that's all you got.
Absolutely.
There's nothing else there.
What do you feel was the worst thing an ex ever did to you?
Put his hands on me. That's the worst. And I think that's why I'm the way I am too. Because because of that, I tend to hit first. And I've done it. I've hit first. Just because I know I'm so tiny and I love big, tall guys. So it's just like, okay, been there, done that. Won't do that shit again. So what's up? And I hit first.
The worst thing that ever happened to me in a relationship, I think it was Valentine's Day. He came over. I got him a gift. He didn't give me anything. It was the same guy. He didn't give me anything. He came over and he just went to sleep. Then it comes to find out me and his ex-girlfriend, that was still his girlfriend, went to the same school. I was in the bathroom And she came out of nowhere and she almost bumped me. And I looked at her face and she looked familiar. So I wrote her and we swapped notes. I was like, me and X, Y, and Z, we've been together for this amount of time. She was like, I don't understand how that's so if me and him never broke up. So then I was telling her me and him was together for Valentine's Day. She was like, I don't know how he has time to do that. And me and him was together the entire weekend. He left my house the morning of Valentine's Day. He came to my house the night of Valentine's Day. That was the worst thing that was ever done to me. And to come to find out, he wasn't only living a double life. He was living a triple life. There was not even a triple life. There was 4 of us. There were 4 girls. He was using us for Jordans, clothes, a place to stay, food. That was the dumbest I've ever felt. And it felt like everybody knew about it. It felt like absolutely everybody knew about it. And I think deep down inside, I knew about it too, but I didn't communicate. I was too worried about the physical. Because there's no way a guy can, well, maybe. I don't think he worked. I don't even know that. I don't think a guy can go missing for 24 hours. He would say stuff like, oh, I was sick. Girls, I just want y'all to be smart. Use your brain. Think. Communicate. Don't go off of, oh, the picture's pretty. Ask questions about the picture. Because it's important. It's important to know what a person's insides are about. It's not just about the outsides. So we have any questions?
Yeah, we got a few. Yeah, just out of order. Mama Dean asked, do you guys believe in astrology when it comes to a relationship?
Yes and no. Yes, because certain signs I've dated and I've experienced the signs actual like being, and then those just like maybe that person just isn't that person. Like I'm a Gemini and I ain't crazy like that.
What was your favorite sign though? Or you didn't care?
I didn't care. Like I don't like Virgos, but my fiance's a Virgo and I love him to death.
For me, yeah, I care about it. Well, I did. I don't care about it now. Every guy that I was fake head over heels for was a Leo. Every single one of them. Leo, Leo, Leo. And the sign, for whatever reason, I wanted to be with because I wanted to be a Taurus, was a Taurus. And that was the guy that hurt me down with my signs. So do not listen to astrology.
No, because that shit fake.
Do not listen to astrology.
From Tasia, do you believe in sex plays a big role in moving on in a relationship?
Okay, like when we break up, we have breakup sex and then you just go your own way. Like, yeah.
I think she means like when you leave one relationship that's having sex with another person.
Get you over him?
Get you over him?
Yep. Sure do. Especially if it's better. Hello.
I wouldn't know because I make them wait. If me and X break up, Y has to wait 3 months. What you mean? I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. I'm still on him. Mentally. I would still think if I was to rush and have sex with somebody new, and I just left somebody old, I'm going to be thinking about him while we're having sex, which is why I would never do it.
Same from Tasia again. If you could go back in life and change something from the past relationship, what would it be and why?
Nothing. Because I wouldn't be with the person I'm with now. So I leave them niggas where they at in the past.
Oh, and Tasia said that nigga did not work.
That nigga did not work. That's a fact.
No, facts. Told you that. Facts.
If I could go back in the past, I wouldn't have been so boy crazy. I would have did more research. I wouldn't have just gone off of physical. I wouldn't have. That's the only thing I would have changed.
Okay, from Angelo. Have y'all been in a situation where y'all almost gave up in your current relationship? If so, what made y'all hang on?
Yes. And what made me hang on was not only because I have a son with I have a son with my fiance, but not only that, it's the fact of like our timeline is so crazy in a matter of 3 years that I will not ever let that go. Like we've given each other everything. Like everything. We've been through everything with each other. So I'm not ever like, yeah. Nope.
Give up on him? No. Has there ever been a bad situation that looked like we wouldn't have came back from it? Yes and no. But my boyfriend is very excellent with communication. If he made a mistake or if anything went wrong or there was any type of anything negative, he would be exceptional with his delivery. I think a lot of times in relationships, when something happens between A and B, there's all type of other forces that come into it.
Haters.
So that's probably the only thing that I had to get out of my head. I had to look at what I have in front of me and see, is this worth it? If something did happen, does that equivalate to everything that we have built and everything that we're trying to build?
Right.
I think that's what you have to think about. Guys cheat. Guys do a whole bunch of stuff. Females do a whole bunch of stuff. But you just have to look at it. Can we come back from this? We have to know the person. And since I feel like I know him, there's never been a time where I felt like, no.
I mean, ain't going nowhere. I don't care what you say.
Do we have another question?
Crazy and all.
Within your current relationship, has there been an ex that tried to come back?
Yeah.
How did that go?
What you here for, bro? Oh, on my side or his side?
How did he reach out?
How did my ex reach out?
Mm-hmm.
Social media and like texting, basically. And it was just like I was the reason for something. I was blamed for something. And I'm just like, is that really how you want to like start this? Like, okay, well, it is what it is, and like you going with you, and I'm going with me. Like, there's no reason for us to communicate. It's like, for what? To rekindle what? Flames going. Hello, like what the fuck?
If you had to compare your fiance to your last boyfriend, what are the similarities and what are the differences?
There's no comparison. Okay, I'm lying. The similarity is they both proposed to me. So I've been getting engaged twice. The difference is I'm in love with this one. I have a son with my current one. I want to be with him. The different and the ex is like, it was fun. I mean, I enjoyed. I'm not gonna be like so negative about him. Like, but he's my ex for a reason. Something had to go wrong where I was okay with giving up, like, or he was okay with giving up. And while we were single, or finding whatever it was, of course we went back and forth with sexually because there was nothing else there. Well, of course we went back and forth. Clearly didn't work out. So I guess I'm doing the right thing with my current one. Like, it's no comparison to me. It's really not. There's no need to care for my ex. Fuck.
Do you feel like there was a guy that you hurt in the past and he was their karma for a situation that went wrong or a relationship that went wrong?
I don't know if I hurt anybody. If I did, my bad. But she said something when it happened.
I definitely had karma. Definitely. There was this guy. We were in a relationship for about 3 years. He was really nice. He was really, really nice. He was very, very nice. He was a really good person, and he just wasn't it for me. But since I was that girl that had to have somebody there, I always had him there. And to this day, I still feel so bad because he just wasn't it. And he would do every and anything to be that person. And I wanted him to be that person. Of course, you want the nice guy to be the guy, but he wasn't it. And because I hurt him, he was definitely my karma. And I apologize because, and I know he's like, yeah, you did hurt me. But he treat people nice. If you don't feel the vibe, if you don't feel like it's chemistry between you and the person you're with or the person that likes you, it doesn't have to be. Don't force something you don't feel. I can't really explain this in words, but I know as humans, we all know when we don't, when it's not it, when we don't feel it. Do we have any questions?
And Tasia, again, if you could tell your ex one thing that you couldn't express to him when y'all was together, what would it be?
Could it? It could.
Could it?
Do you want my sincere answer?
Oh my god.
I want the answer you gave Tasia if it was just y'all three in the room.
Suck my dick. That's what I get.
Why?
Because it's just like because it's like this. I hate to waste time because I could do so much more shit in my life. Like I could do so much more shit with my life. I love being single. I love being single, but I also love the person I'm with. Like, I think if I was not with him, I would just be single and enjoy it. Like, but because I can because I give somebody my time, I think that shit is valuable. And just because I value my time, you need to do the same. Like, hello. So suck my dick because you're wasting my fucking time.
I'm sorry. That's all I would have to say. I apologize to you because I was the one wasting his time. I used to say, oh, me and him are going to be together years from now, but I don't want to be with him right now. I wasted his time. I used him as a placeholder. And I sincerely apologize. I hope he finds the love of his life and has the biggest wedding. And I hope he doesn't hate me because I don't need that over my head. But I wasted his time. So what I would say to him is, I'm sorry.
You're nice.
Do we have any other questions?
No, just comments.
Do you feel that there's anything of sexual content that the exes do better as opposed to the boyfriend you have now? I told you it was the first. Good.
No.
You know what social media is?
No. Well. Yes. I just might as well give it 100. It's only one thing, but it's like, that's it. What? Alright. One, I am in love with my fiance. He has great sex. Two, the only thing that good that my ex probably did was like give head. Like, that's why I don't. Because the dick. Okay. Because the dick wasn't bomb. My fiance's dick is way too bomb. I'm not going nowhere. No, I have a child. It proves it. Like, he nasty. My fiance is nasty. Nasty. He'll say he's not, but he is. My ex, he just gave good head. And it's not better, it's just good. Like, it's good to where it's like, okay, I can just take head from him and I won't want dick because the dick wasn't bomb. My fiance, I want everything. Everything. Head to toe. I want it all, Bob. That's it.
My boyfriend does everything. Everything is the way it's supposed to be, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Everything is the way it's supposed to be. He's a giver. I'll say that. He's a teacher. I'm definitely pro-black, but Spanish guys are it. This is all I'm gonna say.
And the reason why I'm with my fiance is because of her.
You have to elaborate.
She told my fiance's best friend, boom, that, yeah, she told him that, oh, he's a freak. She told me everything I know. How you tell somebody that? How you tell your boyfriend that at the time about me? That's crazy. But look where I'm at now. Bing.
Do we have any questions? Is there any exes? Did you ever do any research on your fiance's exes?
Yep.
How?
So boom. He has 2 real ex-girlfriends. I can give you the names because that's a little personal. And let's say he did a very big upgrade. Hello. So the last one was, she was, heavy. And the other one was just like,
body shame here.
no body shame, because I want to be thicker than this nigga anyway. But the other one wasn't so attractive. But I caught him one day. Oh, let me forget it. Anyway.
You cannot do that. You have to elaborate.
Oh, I caught him one day, like, talking to her. But, to his first ex. But not talking, like, talking as far as, like, checking on her. And I'm like, what the fuck? you bugging, my nigga. Like, you're bugging. So, like I said previously, I put hands first, and that's all she wrote, because I wasn't with the shits.
Do you feel like any of your exes, did you feel like his ex played a part on the person that he is today?
Yes.
Or the way your relationship goes?
The crazy thing is, we talk about that a lot. Like, we talk about, like, you know, how we became who we are or whatever. And I be telling him, like, you know, I am the way I am because, you know, my life or whatever, guys and just family in general. But when it comes to relationship, the way he is because, like, he was heartbroken. And I get it. Everybody gets heartbroken. Everybody experiences that. But what bothered me was the fact of, like, he felt like he had to shower her with materialistic things. Me personally, I'm not materialistic. One, because I can buy what I want when I want it, if I want it. So don't give me that. I need more than what you think you can buy me. I need time. I need attention. I need consideration. I need love. I'm needy with those type of things. So if you want to buy me something, you can go. So and in the beginning of our relationship, I had to remind him, like, don't do that because I'm not her. Don't think that I'm gonna need you to buy me stuff because you feel like it's gonna keep me with you or it's gonna make me want you more. Because it's not. It's show me something about you that they've never seen or that you've never shown. You know, give me that. And when he did, he learned, and I showed him, like, give me more than that. And this is why we 3 years strong with a baby. He had to evolve.
I have a question.
I have one question. Well, maybe two. Probably answered it already. What do you think about exes being friends or whatever the case after the relationship and then carrying on to your new relationship or so? Do you completely cut that off, like there's no friendship at all, or it's alright to be cordial?
Once again, I would like to reiterate to my ex up my dick. There's no reason for us. Like, what the fuck? Bro, it's alright, one.
It doesn't have to be the last.
No,
overall,
an ex is an ex for a reason. If they were supposed to be your friend, they would have been your friend first, or friend still. An ex is your ex. You should never have to go from being my ex to being my friend. What the fuck? That don't even sound right. And any female or male that okays that shit is just as dumb. Like, that's stupid. Like, why would you ever invite a person that your partner has been in a relationship with? Everything you and your partner have done, your partner and their ex have done. So you ain't gonna feel no kind of way. You gonna feel okay with them chilling and y'all chilling? No, that's stupid. I don't give a fuck about your girlfriend, and I don't want you to feel fucking with my man. Like, there's no need for us to be cool. There's none.
Second question, adding on to that, how do you deal with your ex friends when you see them? Like, example, you know, you've been with an ex before this relationship. This is your longest relationship you ever been?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So maybe it'll go to Samara or whatever. But how do you deal with, you know, you with somebody so long, you know that person's family, you know that person's friends. How do you deal with their friends? Like, do you act funny towards their friends, or you still embrace them with the same love, aside from being the fact that you're not with his friend anymore?
I'm in a relationship, and my ex-boyfriend, the one I was with for a long time, his friends became my friends. They were like family. And we still say happy birthday to each other. We still sometimes see each other in the street. We don't hang out with each other. That would be awkward. But I still embrace them. Me, I'm the type of person, even though we broke up, even though whatever happened, those people have nothing to do with that. As long as no one says anything disrespectful about my current situation, there should be no reason for that, because you weren't in a relationship with them. You just were in the crossfire, so I don't believe they deserve that.
Right, and I still talk to my ex's mom. Like,
I just think that's the mature thing about it. I don't think you have to be, I'm with somebody else, I can't talk to his friend anymore. You weren't with his friend, so why does that matter to you?
So,
I feel like if it's a friend isn't as important as family. You understand? Like, friends, okay. I mean, family, I would still talk to your family. Like, I still talk to, like, two of my ex's moms. Like, but I keep it strictly, like, I don't want to care about your sons. Don't ask me about your sons. Please don't ask about your sons, because I'm not going to say nothing nice. And it's not because I don't want to, but just if there's nothing nice to say. Like, I don't care how they're doing. I don't care what's going on in their life. It's not my business. But with their friends, we were friends when we were together. Now we're not friends because we're not together. Your friends go with you. Your family, we can keep it cute.
So it's okay to keep a relationship kind of with your ex's moms and move on, but it's not okay to actually have a cordial relationship or friendship with your
Not
ex.
to me. To me, no. No. Nope.
Now, what do you say?
His
You're
mom
doing
ain't going
the
with
mother thing as out of respect, or you're
Yes.
doing it as a because?
I respect his mom. I respect his mom. You know, she was like a mom to me when I was in a relationship with her son. So it's just like, I'm not going to just cut her off. Oh, don't talk to me. I can't hit. No, don't do it. I'm not going to do that. I'm very respectful in some areas. But I would never just cut off a dude's mom because I broke up with her son. No, I didn't break up with her. We cool.
Me, maybe with the current situation I'm in now, if God forbid me and him were to break up, I would still be cool with his family. But anybody from the past, your family goes with you. I don't want anything to do with your mom, your brother, your cousin. I don't want anything to do with them because I wouldn't have known them if it wasn't for you. Like your friends, okay, we would have been cool. It's a mutual thing. We're the same age. We do the same thing. I have nothing in common with your family. I'm not really that big on family. I mean, I love my family to death, but I don't know your family. I'm only playing, at that age, I was only playing nice off the strength of you. Your friends, I actually know them. Mm-hmm. Me, you can take your family with you. I'm sorry. I'm not here for it. Oh, hey, I'm not going to be your daughter-in-law, and you're not going to be my mother-in-law, so we could be respectful, but I don't want to know anything. I don't really want you to know anything about me. Your family can go with you.
Yeah.
They can go.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They can go.
I still want to be nice with their moms.
I don't care about that. Do we have any other questions?
How do you deal with a partner that has trust issues, whether you caused them or not in your previous relationships? Or he got them from the previous relationship.
When me and my boyfriend first got together, I had trust issues, and he used to say to me, "You can't blame me for something I didn't do, or for something that somebody else did to you." It's very sad thinking about it, but it's hard dealing with somebody that has trust issues because it's like so much you gotta prove to them. You already have to prove yourself to them, period. Every day, no matter how long you've been together, you already have to prove something to them. So I have to prove something extra because of something that somebody else did. It's a lie. And when you have trust issues, it's like something that sits on your brain forever. You could be asleep, and you have a dream and that he's cheating, and you waking up like, where you at right now? Like, it's just, it's really difficult. That's why I think communication is a lie. Communication is the way I would deal with someone that has trust issues. You have to speak to them and let them know who you are. And actions. Action plays a big part too. Everything has to be the same.
I feel like my trust issues come from me. I have trust issues with people, or I've had trust issues with people because of the person I was. So that's it. Like, so now I've learned with the person I'm with, he's proven me wrong to never have trust issues with him.
This was Taste of My Ex. This is my best friend Tia. She did amazing. Any questions or comments, please keep them coming. I'm Dear Tamara. You can follow me on Instagram. Modern Society is the _ under each letter. Follow us. Hers is Camden Hunter 0429 on Twitter. Thank you for following us. Thank you so much. We'll see you in 2 weeks with the next show.
Break up, gang, gang, gang.